Cool.
Here we
Welcome.
Oh, check.
Wow. Fucking wow. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Right on time, Jack is joining us. Welcome to the Ramblecast, RCAD After Dark.
That's how I plan it.
Right on time with the cracking of the beer. Actually, it's cold.
You just got a Coke. God,
Yeah.
weak.
Man. During the rest of us drinking coffee.
He's adding it to his rum.
Nick, that was the best song ever. And
It was.
I'm
Yeah,
so
it's
sad that,
outstanding.
I'm
that
glad
Jack missed.
I hate that I missed it.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Just by a couple seconds, I was done.
We were talking at the very beginning of the show just briefly before we hit record, and we decided to hit record because of this. But everybody has thoughts on their dogs that I chose for the title card for this week's YouTube show. Nick hates the dog that I chose for him. Chris, I knew would hate the dog.
My dog sucks. Pomeranians are bitches.
Yeah.
Are we really 143?
Yeah, this is episode 143.
So
Chris's dog is the one that
RCAD love. I love you. That's what it
Chris's
is.
dog is the one that gets beat up at Patriots games.
Oh, I like that. I almost chose the Pomeranian for Jack.
No, that's our defensive line.
Because I thought actually Chris looked more like a Labrador, so
I like Labs,
Oh,
so I'm cool
thanks.
with it.
I just chose the one for me based on the fact that it has a big stupid grin on his face. So I thought that was me. Nick, I chose you because you were laughing at Chris being a Pomeranian.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's okay then.
Makes
I was wondering how you came up with Chris's because I was
it's
like,
a bitch ass dog.
there are a lot of breeds of dogs. I actually started, looking through like all the breeds and like
You mean there's not just 4?
like with cats, it's like short, long,
And they're all the same
no
color.
hair.
Chris, that's what I was about to say too.
Yeah.
Why are they all tan colored hair?
Because we're white.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Except Chris.
It also
Apparently.
goes with the label. I made the label kind
to
of
be
like
fair, my
tan.
dog looks bald, so
I was looking at trying to find hairless
And old
dogs,
as fuck.
and you know what came up for hairless dogs? Hairless cats.
which I
See,
don't
they
understand. I don't know.
even ruin it they even ruin fucking things for dogs too. Here, cats suck.
JP says Jack's dog is also banned on Twitter. So,
Yeah.
We got to read the whole thing.
oh, sorry. John, I like John's thing here. Nick's dog looks like it just finished having sex. I guess if that's how you have sex, John.
Eyes closed, tongue out. Yeah.
Full
That's how you
release.
That's how you know you're concentrating when you're just biting that little lip there.
Everybody tune in live
got
for
weird.
Nick's.
I'm gonna say it. That got fucking weird real quick.
Well, blame John, the UPS guy. He started, right?
Yeah, well, I'm starting a campaign that Nick's sex face should be the name of the show. So
You can't do that. We're
Yes, I can.
3 minutes and 40 seconds in.
No.
You're just trying to throw cover for yourself.
I am.
can-
I'm trying
we
to
can-
hedge my bets.
We can do that, but eventually it's going to come around to you.
It probably will. Not gonna read anything about me negative in the chat, so go fuck yourself, people.
So my what the fuck you call it? Name tag?
Yeah. Oh
Um,
man, it's shoulder rest.
Man, it should rest.
Oh
Meaning,
man, it should rest.
Manifest. I'm
Oh, manifest.
halfway through season 3.
Oh, okay. So you
Burned.
kind of knocked out a lot
Are
of
you
it.
are you
Did?
skipping it? Are you skipping episodes?
Are you sleepwatching?
I
Sleep
fucking
engine?
hell, man. It is. That show is something else. That show is something else, man. Yeah, it's so egregiously terrible. Like it's really like I wonder that if in the writing room do they just recognize that, man, we have a really shitty show and we're just gonna write it and just own it, or are they really tryhards and trying to make this show amazing?
I mean, the actors are just bad.
Maybe they
Oh
think
my
their show.
God.
Maybe they think their show is great. I mean,
it's
you can't give up.
You have
Maybe
to know
just
it's not great.
Yeah, I don't even know why I watch it either because it's not
But
great.
I can't stop watching.
Yeah, you can't stop because you want to know the end. You want to know what you want to know what's all about, and then
that's what they're counting on.
yeah,
It's like the
Well,
Well,
opposite.
yeah,
guys-
that's what I'm getting at. Like, do they realize their show is garbage, and that they're just hooking people in with like a
You think some actors and
fucking
writers,
Noah's Ark?
sometimes we have a shitty job, but we go to that job because we have to eat. Do you think that some actors and writers go to all right, my show sucks. Like, oh, you're an actor? What show you on?
I feel like you've just described porn. So
I think it have a little fun.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If
At least one person leaves satisfied, though. I mean, like I haven't found that yet.
According to his dog.
Yeah.
well, Nick's satisfied dog. There it is.
The characters in this show are just so fucking out of whack. Like, I mean, you got like the cracked out Chris Evans, who
Cracked out Chris Evans. I like that.
he might be the best actor in the show.
Because he's on crack. He doesn't
The
know he's on
dad?
a bad. He doesn't know he's on
no,
a bad show.
no. The guy who ends up marrying Michaela.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, he
Zeke.
probably is. He probably is the best actor of on the show.
Like he kind of looks like Chris Evans to me. I don't know why. That's just my like Human Torch Chris Evans.
I mean,
And then they introduced the actress from a show I really really liked, actually, The Americans, which was a show that ran probably about 10 years ago about that the Russian KGB officers are living
I don't even know that was 10
as
years ago, was
spies. What's that?
I think it ended within the last 5, right?
Did
it?
it?
I watched the first 2 seasons. I did like the second season.
I love that show, but the daughter from that family has been introduced this season.
Oh,
And
okay. The crazy girl.
And she's a terrible actress.
She's terrible.
Like,
That whole like love triangle or love interest between the
with Jack
ex-criminal.
Black.
Yeah, with Jack Black. Yeah, and her. I was like, what?
Wait,
the hell
Jack
is
Black's
going
on
on?
there?
Jack
No,
Black's
it's
on
not
the
Jack
show?
Black. He's like
No, it's a meth version of Jack.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna watch that.
I
Now,
just thought it
now you got me
was
wanting to watch it.
I know it's a weird. You guys have this weird. Like by the end of this podcast, I'm gonna be convinced that I'm gonna start watching the show. But I'm hate watching other stuff. So
But yeah, man, it's gotten to the point now where I watch it for the laughs. Like I think last week I sent you guys a couple of clips of what I was watching.
Yeah.
And like I was like just when you think it can't get any dumber. Ben Stone just pulls a rabbit out of a hat and surprises you. It's just the entirety of that show is just it's comical how awful.
Have you gotten to that episode in the 3rd season yet where like he goes to some guy's house and like beats him unconscious and is still beating him as he's unconscious, and then like that one is one of the weirdest scenes ever.
Well, that happened at the Chiefs game the other day.
Well, I mean, like at first in that scene, it makes sense. Like he hit the guy because he's trying to get like him to admit something, and then like the guy falls, and you're like, oh fuck, like, and because like Ben Stone is kind of like, oh, I went too far. But then like there's definitely a cut, in the filming, and then all of a sudden they just went, okay, now when we go back, just start beating the crap out of him while he's unconscious on the ground, and you're like, when did this happen? And like
it's just bad editing.
It's just bad. Yeah,
it's terrible editing, is what it is.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean,
Well, I did that with The Following. I hate watched it forever, and then finally I just go because my wife kept watching. I go, I can't do this anymore because she goes, good. I hate you watching because if I don't like a show, I make fun of it. And she was watching The Rookie with Nathan Fillion show, The Rookie, the other day, and she goes, oh my god, I hate when shows are so intense. I said. I go, well, they're not going to kill him off. He's the star of the show. She goes, I just don't like shows that are intense. This episode's really intense. I go,
so she hates MASH.
she hates Lost.
She just said it was intense. I go, you are talking about the ABC Rookie, right, with Nathan Fillion? She goes, yeah. I go, okay.
It's intense.
It was intense. It was he was a, I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
So there's a character named Ben Stone.
Ben Stoned. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Have
Yeah.
you been stoned?
Have you been stoned lately?
Getting there.
Call
Right
our
now.
law officers.
I do want to watch that show that's on NBC. Came out today. I can't remember the title. There's a big hole in the ground, and she falls through, and her eye opens up like Jack from Lost.
La Brea?
La Brea.
Oh, I call it La Brea, but okay.
It has what's her name from Justified. She's in Justified and
La Brea.
La Brea, and she's also in what was that show? The Detour. She was the wife in The Detour. So I want to give that show a try.
I was happy. You know, I got my TV installed a week ago.
Got my TV.
Yeah, and with the new Sonys, they come with Apple TV, like already on the TV. So I got to watch all of season 2 of Ted Lasso, which I loved.
Yes.
I just started Ted Lasso season 2. It was one of those shows that I had been kind of waiting until it was almost done so that I could
just binge it
because I really love it and I loved it.
Good.
It's a great show. I mean, the great season 2 is right on par with season 1. It's good. The next to last episode I enjoyed, but it kind of feels funny. I'm not spoiling you, Matt.
It's different.
It's different, but like I liked it still.
My wife didn't like it. It was probably too intense, but she didn't.
Wait, what season are we on?
Just 2 seasons. That's all we've done.
2 seasons.
Okay, so season 2's not over yet.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's done.
No, there's one more episode.
Oh, there's another episode?
I thought there was one more episode that was going to drop.
I'm pretty sure that was it, but
I thought that was the
really?
finale because it left us with some cliffhangers.
Okay. I was looking at the IMDb.
The funeral?
the funeral was the last episode. I'm pretty sure.
Really? Okay. Well, then maybe IMDb is drunk. So IMDb lists.
I want to run.
That didn't feel like a finale.
IMDb is listing "Inventing the Pyramid of Success."
Okay, maybe there's one more.
So we get one more episode.
It drops
right.
October 8th. So
Okay.
yeah. So
So not this coming Friday, but the next
They're
Friday.
skipping a week.
They're
Huh?
skipping a week. Yeah.
okay, wait, no. There's one called Midnight Train to Royston, and that
That's
drops.
the next one.
Oh,
Okay,
so there's
that
more
drops
because
October
we
1st.
already had
we had 2 more episodes.
So there's 2 more episodes. Yeah, the season's 12 episodes.
12. Okay, because the first
That's
one
what
was 10.
IMDb is showing.
I
Yes.
always assume everything's 10 episodes. So I was like, oh, we're getting 12. That's
Bonus.
cool. I'll take it.
Dude, what
Right.
did you guys think of Beard's episode, Coach Beard's episode?
That's what I was saying. Like
It was different.
I liked it.
I liked it.
My parents did not like it. I liked it just
My
because
wife
it was
didn't
just
like it.
different and weird and funny. But it was one of those things where I felt that they did it because Beard did not have the presence he did in season 1 and season 2. And so, like, we know what, we just need to make an episode that's just all about Beard.
Yeah,
I
even
loved
more-
it.
even more
I
of
thought
the
it was.
story,
I thought
right?
it was so on brand.
So is it-
At first I thought it was a dream. I go, is he just dreaming this? Because it was almost like a coincidence. Everything had to fall into place.
Are you telling me that they're gonna break into song? There's that thing that like shows do like the 5th season in. They're like, we got to have a musical episode.
No,
Right. But, I definitely Roy is his name, right?
He's
the-
here. He's there.
Yeah.
He's every
Yeah.
fucking where.
Roy Kent. I mean, I loved him in season 1. I loved him even more in season 2. Just the blatant honesty that he always brings every time. Just fucking hell.
Yes,
Like, it's just-
so good. Did you see his Emmy Award speech?
I did not.
It's
Does he
fucking
cry
great.
like his
he's like-
retirement speech?
He's like, so they told me absolutely I can't swear up here, so this speech is gonna be really fucking short.
Nice.
I was like, yes, dude, he's so good. And you guys all know the story. I think we talked about him in the past. But like Brett Goldstein and his path to becoming Roy is actually very cool. Like he wasn't supposed to be Roy Kent. He was writing for Roy Kent,
Yeah.
and decided that I'm gonna just submit
This
like
guy's
a
going to win
demo
an Emmy
tape.
someday. So
I-
I'm taking.
I
it
did not realize though that the 3 writers of the show are Beard, Ted Lasso, and Roy Kent. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's cool. It makes
Oh,
sense.
Yeah.
I did know that.
Yeah, they've done just such a really great job with that show. Like, I mean, it's one of those, like, it's one of those shows where it's interesting because it just puts a smile on your face every week, right? And then, like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, or 2 or 3 episodes ago, when Ted Lasso lost his shit,
Mhm.
and I remember finishing the episode. I'm like, that motherfucker better be okay. Like I tweeted for the first time in like weeks.
You and Ethan spoiled me on that. I go, wait, what happened? Oh, so something's gonna happen to him. Thanks a lot.
Well, now you spoiled me.
Was it this episode or the two before what you're talking about, Chris? Which I genuinely thought that was funny. If you could easily miss the line, but when he actually has his breakthrough and he starts crying, and like he looks at the person he's talking to and says, "Are you gonna bill me for this?" And then he's like, "Oh, absolutely."
Like house call, like it's actually more.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
And when Ted Lasso dies,
right. So I
can't hear anything right now.
I've been super pleased with that with the show. It's one of those shows that it took me a minute to get into it, like because my buddy was trying to get me to watch it. I tried to get you guys to watch it, and then Jack
was the other way around
for giving the referral.
I'm pretty sure Jack turned us on to this show.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he fucking did. But it's become one of my favorite shows of all time, just because it's an indescribable like emotion and feeling you get when you watch that show, because it's just like it's funny, but at the same time it feels great. It's a really feel good show. So
yeah, and then since we were caught up with that one, I was like, Mom, Dad, I'm gonna make you start watching For All Mankind because it's also on Apple TV and you don't have it. So I just started with season 1. And like a lot of older parents, they would kind of like fall asleep in and out of the show. And then we get about on the 3rd episode, my dad wakes up and he's like, I don't remember the Russians being on the moon.
How the fuck did they get
He didn't ever realize the entire time he's watching that it was fictional, even though I told him it was fictional. And from the 1st episode, the Russians beat us to the moon. And he's sitting there watching it as if it's a documentary.
I've seen it. Okay, thanks.
I don't know.
It just made me laugh. I was like,
I'm still waiting for you to finish.
I'm never gonna finish it.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about too.
Finish it.
No, I got to finish all. I just said the other day. I said I got to finish
it up. Never gonna let it down. Never gonna watch that fucking show.
So you saw.
If you only realized.
You saw the final.
So Chris in the chat says the Jamie/Roy moment was the best part of the series so far. And
indeed, yes.
I'm assuming he's referencing the moment in which
in the locker room.
Fuck you guys!
No,
Matt, dude.
We're not. Have a little faith, man.
Fucking prima donna over here.
This
isn't about you.
I have a question about that. Was he hugging him because Jamie finally stood up for himself?
No.
Or was he hugging him because he punched his dad?
No, I think it's because he's a piece of shit. He hates
bullies.
What's his name? The Jamie. He hates Jamie. He wishes death on Jamie. But in that moment, he sees why Jamie is the way he is, and the amount of courage it took for Jamie to do that is just unbelievable. And so Roy did the right thing there. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, I get it, and. Because Roy's got some issues too. I mean, why else would he be the way he is?
Yeah.
So I mean, it was probably definitely the best character on character scene, even though there's no words exchanged. It's just like, fuck, he needed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I do love how they drop these little scenes that if you don't catch it, you might miss it. And the one from this past episode was as I forgot, Rebecca's ex-husband.
Yeah.
I forgot what was his name. He's like, oh, you can have the shares.
Pulley.
And then, did you catch what he did as he's walking away?
Mm-hmm.
He leans over and has a short conversation
you
don't hear with another character.
Yeah.
Setting up what we already kind of have expected with this past season.
Rupert.
Of a significant character change.
Rupee.
Yeah, because that was the one. Because I thought the 10th episode was the last episode, and that was the one. That was the one arc that had not been addressed since that episode happened. Where you're like, dude, what's up with that guy? So yeah, I expect some closure since.
But I don't want to hate that character.
No one wants to hate.
No one wants to, but you might have to.
But they're setting it up so we're not going to like him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it makes me sad. Anyway, are we done so Matt can come back?
We don't. He's got one ear in. He just didn't have the other ear in. And then what other show did we watch? Oh, yeah, well, that's the one that Matt's seen, which was Only Murders in the Building, which you guys have not started yet, right?
Not yet.
I have not
Not
started.
yet.
We have. We finally.
I've been mainlining horse shit on my breaks, so I haven't been able to.
Yeah. Well, like, Matt and I had a theory. Well, after like the third episode, Matt and I both took a guess of who we thought the killer was. Yeah, we moved on.
Now?
We moved on, Matt.
Okay.
Sorry.
I have no idea.
Well,
Okay, guys,
all.
Matt's back. We have to bring him up to speed.
No. Keep going with whatever
Someone
you were
get
talking about.
rolled at a funeral?
Only Murders in the Building, yeah.
Yeah.
And I asked if they'd watched it yet. They have not started it yet, Matt. But if you've watched today's episode, Matt,
I have not seen it all the way through, but I started watching it, so I know what it's about, and I love when you guys were talking about something being different in
it is different this week.
It is different, and well, Jack, that's very appropriate for how it's different. But it's a really, really unique way in which they shot this episode. And Sherry, I know you're on the fence about watching the show. You watched maybe the first episode. I would suggest and recommend to you to keep going with it.
Well, from her comments, I sympathize. Like, she just said that she was bored to tears was her actual quote with it. But it's one of those, like, if you're used to listening to serial crime podcasts, that's kind of the structure of the show too, and that everything's a slow reveal. It's kind of like just peeling an onion, and. But what I was saying to Chris and Jack was that Matt and I think we addressed it last week as well, is that we both kind of, after the second, third episode, said like, oh, like, who do you think the killer is? And I said, I think it's this person. And Matt had a really good theory of like, oh, that would be an interesting twist too.
Leave the theory.
And this episode, though, like, all but damn near confirmed my theory. So I'm just like, yeah,
Yeah, it looked as though it was heading that way. So,
yeah.
But I haven't finished this episode, but from what I've seen, it is a very unique. And I think for anybody out there that I just don't see TV shows taking this approach ever. The way that I saw the episode unfolding, Nick, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's a different way of approaching a character and what they go through. So I'll just leave it at that. So if you watch that episode, you know what I'm talking about, and I'm sure you're enjoying it. So
really quickly going, sorry to go back to Ted Lasso for a hot second, but Matt Krieb put something in the chat there, which is interesting. So he shared that they originally had signed on for 10 episodes for this season. Then they were told to do 2 more.
Oh,
so the Christmas episode and the Beard episode were added.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that being said, I fucking loved the Christmas episode.
That was a great episode.
I heard a lot of people liked it a lot, and if we're going to talk about this more, I'm just going to take
it. Was one of those weird.
It's the next episode I'm about to watch.
It's one of those.
I won't say anything about it, but I'm just like it's. So those are 2 episodes that were added on, and typically when you hear about a show that's getting pushed into adding more content and wherever you think it's going to blow. Those 2 episodes were absolutely solid, in my opinion. 2 very different types of episodes, and, some people have.
I think the Christmas episode was everybody loved it. The Beard
it was
episode
so good,
but the Beard episode was kind of like people loved it or they didn't like it.
Yeah, I really liked both. But
the Christmas episode is also the one. Was that the same one where they copied at the very end Love Actually with the little girl with the Brad Beth? Okay.
Yes.
Dude, like that whole fucking thing, like, killed me. Like, I think you're dying.
I've been in a locker room with guys, lots of guys. I can handle it. And it's like, and then he starts dry heaving. I'm just like, oh my god!
I think you're dying. The funniest shit. I couldn't get over it, man. But anyways, Matt, I'm looking forward to you watching the episode.
I can't wait either, and I just unmuted just in time. So
cool.
Well, I was trying not to get spoiled on this show.
Well, we're not spoiling it. That's the whole problem. You don't need to take your earphones out. We're not going to say anything. I don't know. I'm just so worried now. I know emotional things are going to happen. Let me ask you an honest question, Matt.
Yeah.
Can you give me one example in which any one of the 3 of us have ever spoiled you on a show or movie that you hadn't yet seen?
Oh, Jack for sure on Lost. I'm positive.
No, on this show, like when we've been
Oh,
talking.
Darth Vader is Luke's father.
what?
Ooh.
You didn't need to tell me that. I have no idea. Like that's a pop quiz I'm not ready for.
So moving away from shows, I did watch a movie with my daughter. We had a daddy-daughter night the other night because it was the two of us hanging out. I watched the Aladdin movie.
Oh yeah, the live action one.
The live action one. It's pretty good.
Okay.
I actually really liked it. And I've heard a lot of criticism about it because of how Will Smith's character was portrayed or / treated or whatever. But I liked it a lot. I thought it was really, really good. I mean, they did a nice job of like keeping it true to the story, but also kind of opening up the whole Princess Jasmine history type of thing, which I thought was kind of interesting. But I enjoyed it.
I hope they do another one.
The kids.
Yes, my kids loved it. Actually, they watched it one time without me. I came home and it was kind of like towards the end. And sometimes, as a dad, if you're not there for the family movie, you're like, oh, fuck, I missed out on. Okay, fine. I don't care, And I think they watched it another time thinking that I would watch it. And then I took a solid dad nap. So I've caught parts of it and I do like it. It's very enjoyable.
They've been watching Ted Lasso without you.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
No, they have not.
So. Yeah.
So
yeah.
They don't have that. One thing that the other guys missed out on, but Jack and I and the bonus, we made football picks.
Oh yeah.
This was just something in our bonus show, we just decided to do an old school sports talk. What's up?
Fucking Patriots.
Fucking Patriots.
Fucking Chiefs.
Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it's the Giants here.
The Giants and the Jets and the Colts. They're all coming back.
Colts suck.
Oh my gosh. So just a quick rundown of how our picks fared. Jack chose the Raiders. I chose Miami. Raiders won. Jack had chose the Rams against the Bucks. I went out on a limb and chose the Bucks. I was dumb, just like Brady. And the Seahawks against Minnesota. Jack chose the Seahawks, but Minnesota pulled off a win.
You, if you believe in conspiracy theories like I do, your money is going to be on the Rams this year. I tell you why. The stadium's built. They got to get the revenue. So they're going to get all the way to the Super Bowl and lose. I'm telling you.
Oh, okay. He's putting money on it. I would put money on the Rams to lose.
Well, it's not going to be the Chargers. So it's got to be one of the two.
That's why they're trying to hedge their bets and make the Chargers seem like they're doing good by beating the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, they had their year, like what, 2 seasons ago, where they went pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
They got blown out by the Pats.
Yeah.
The early Sunday games, Jack chose North Carolina. He was correct. For some reason, I chose Texas.
North
Texans.
Carolina,
the Panthers.
Oh, we don't say that. We just say Carolina Panthers.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I put NC on my notes for some reason.
No.
So it was late. It was a bonus show.
No.
All right. Jack and I both took Kansas City because we're dumb like that.
Now, did you see the final play?
I did not.
It was
the final play.
Mahomes goes back for a Hail Mary, throws it deep. They literally take Kelsey, throw him to the ground, and they take Tyreek Hill and throw him to the ground. Everyone's like going, well, how's that not pass interference? Should have been pass interference like on the 1 yard line. It wasn't called. And the Chargers went for it on 4th and 9 when they were losing. And they get called. Kansas City gets called for it. It was pass interference, but it was one of those ones where it's kind of like, you call that, but you don't call that. Fuck the Chargers. Anyway, and you know what? You know what I hate about Dean Spanos more than anything? I'm rooting for the Raiders.
It was weird. Not only were you rooting for the Raiders, but you also were rooting for the Chiefs to beat the Chargers. So,
yeah. Anyway,
we both took Arizona against Jacksonville. We took Cleveland against Chicago. That paid off. Buffalo, we both chose Buffalo against DC. Jack was the smart one and picked Tennessee. I was just being a homer picking Indianapolis. They really fucked themselves over by running into the kicker. It was their game to lose until they ran into the kicker, and that kind of was
why do you run into the kicker?
That was it gave them the penalty to keep them on the field to drive it down. So it totally screwed them over there.
That's the problem with special teams is you have players they're the bottom tier players on the team,
and they're trying to make.
And they're going to make mistakes, and that was a big mistake. He should be fired.
You cannot be underneath a player either as their foot's coming down. So word to the wise. Jack and I both took New England. Why? I don't know. I wanted to.
It was at home. They played well the week before, and
who knows? Maybe they're waiting for the Bucks to arrive.
It was a home game. I realized the fans were up there beating up old people, but I don't know.
Atlanta beat the Giants. I don't know why Jack and I picked the Giants.
That was a coin flip.
Dirty birds.
Maybe the same reason why we both picked Pittsburgh, the Steelers, and the Bengals.
Roethlisberger, he's done.
He is toast. He's like fried gristle.
You see the play where he goes back, he throws the ball and he's still running and he just falls down. I mean, it's just like he's become too old. He should retire.
Yeah. Well, and playing on a team like Pittsburgh,
you're on mute.
I was gonna say that's like legitimately something I would do. And I'm not a quarterback in the NFL.
He's done.
Well, I mean, he plays on a team like Pittsburgh. Your body has to wear down faster, wouldn't you think? Like playing for the Steelers.
Well, if
getting your ass kicked every day.
Yeah. I mean, like think about that division. You play in Cleveland.
Ravens.
It's outdoors. You play in the Ravens. It's outdoors. You play Steelers. It's outdoors, and that's a shitty ass field when it's not taken care of. And then Cincinnati, and that's outdoors. So you have at least
time when it's cold and all that different stuff.
half your games.
Well, I was telling someone the other day. I said
the playing on turf is harder on your joints. Well, it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it is. But they were talking. I was talking to someone the other day. They were complaining about the kickoff rule. How it's because Jacksonville returned they were trying a long field goal and he returned it 109 yards for a touchdown. He goes, that's what they fucked up the rules in the NFL about the kickoff. I said, well, they're just trying to make it safer. And I know this person's a big Tom Brady fan. I go, look, Tom Brady wouldn't be playing today if they still had the same rules from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Right.
He would have done it like 32 because they were literally allowed to beat the shit out of the quarterbacks. I can remember almost every game with Dan Fouts, his jersey was all bloodied and it was never called. That was the Raiders' strategy. Just keep hitting him until he's beaten up. So you have to be happy about the rules. If you're a Tom Brady fan, he said today he's going to play 2 or 3 more seasons, and I believe it because he's healthy. What do you have?
I think he drinks. I think he drinks stem cells.
He's fucking amazing. Like that's and in Chris in the chat mentions Chris, what are your feelings on Brady's return to New England?
I think they win.
Who wins?
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, dude, Tom Brady's going to pick apart this defense, and it's going to be terrible. Or it's going to be like this, Belichick's going to shut up all of his haters in saying, that he can do it without Brady, which, I mean, I think everybody in New England wants to see. But it's hard, man. This sounds cheesy as fuck, but like it's a weird emotion to have him come back and play against us.
Yeah,
like he's like New England's like golden boy. Like he has been for 20 years. You know what I mean?
Does he get booed or does he get cheered?
He's gonna. Oh, it's absolutely.
He'll get cheered.
He'll be cheered at the beginning, but then he'll be booed during the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least I hope.
Well, I mean, they're expecting him to break the passing record.
Yeah,
I mean, think about it.
That's basically why this is the Sunday night game.
I mean, what quarterback? I can't think of any other probably than Brett Favre that would probably be booed because he went to the Vikings, which was their main rival.
That was vicious.
That was
Brady
a
savage fucking.
At least Brady was smart enough to go to another conference.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. I mean, like, Jack, you and I talked about it. Why didn't they flex the Rams versus the Bucks game? Because to me, on paper, that seemed more exciting. Like the way that the Rams have been playing, and you got the Super Bowl, team coming in there. But I see why they're doing it, because they want to be there for wherever Brady breaks the passing record.
But you see Matthew Stafford, who was in Detroit with a terrible organization.
Horrible.
You can see, okay, now he looks like he's the golden child.
Yeah.
And he spent 9-10 years in Detroit just getting the shit kicked out of him.
Speaking of Detroit, we both picked Baltimore to beat Detroit.
How did Baltimore win?
Field goal? They win by a field goal? I didn't watch that game.
66 yard.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It hit the post.
They kept talking about this on the
bar.
Yeah.
And rolled over.
I did not see the play, but they talked about it on the Sunday night game.
It was fucking incredible. Like, I mean, you gotta love watching that shit.
You don't have my YouTube channel, Matt?
No, I don't. I don't subscribe to that
because I showed the video.
Didn't see that. Didn't catch that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
It didn't take a crystal ball for Jack and I to pick Denver to beat the Jets, and they did.
The Jets are brutal.
The Jets got nothing.
Who's worse, the Jets or the Bears?
The
Jets. I say the Jets.
The Bears at least have a solid defense. I mean, what do the Jets have? Absolutely nothing.
True.
Well, the Sunday night game, which I did catch the last couple quarters of, Green Bay coming back, beating San Francisco with a 37-second drive by Aaron Rodgers. There's probably Brady could do that. What other quarterback in the NFL right now could lead a 37-second drive?
Cap.
There's a lot of good quarterbacks in the league right now.
Yeah, but to have that. I don't know.
Cap. I mean, cap.
That confidence, and I guess the season.
Again, we go back to, because when I was watching football in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, this stuff didn't happen. If you were down, if there was 2 minutes left and you were losing, you probably lost because you could literally mug the receivers. Now you can't touch the receiver, so if you throw it deep, that's why you can't. I said right when Frisco scored, I go, they scored too soon. Even though what's his name?
Oh, fuck.
Garoppolo?
No, the kid from fucking San Francisco.
Oh,
Jerry Garcia.
No. But the
quarterback.
Yeah, Garoppolo.
Garoppolo.
Gruffalo.
Grumpolo.
Bosa.
Grumpy.
No, I'm thinking of. No.
Galapagos. Garbage.
What position?
Hold on.
He was at the Patriots, right?
Chiefs, not San Francisco Chiefs.
Mahomes.
I said Cap earlier. I mean, that's not what I meant.
Captain America?
Captain America could lead anybody down with 37 seconds.
Exactly.
But he couldn't run with his shield. That's illegal.
I don't know. I'd like to see him try.
What about Mahomes, you were saying?
He could do the 37-second march. I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Except last week. Well, he would have, but it wasn't called. He had a bad game against the Chargers, though. He was terrible. But no, like I said, the rules today, it's funny because they don't worry about timeouts. They don't, because they can spike the ball, that different stuff. And I think other teams have learned from the Patriots, because the Patriots always were the best. Okay, we're going to throw it over the middle. We're going to line up and spike the ball. Whereas other teams would be running all over the place.
Right.
Patriots would run up to the line, 5-6 seconds, spike the ball. Whereas other teams would take 30 or 40 seconds and have a penalty. But anyway, it's just in the NFL. My point is, you can't leave any time on the clock.
No.
By the way, I chose Green Bay. You chose San Francisco. This was the one game
I got screwed on it. I got screwed.
And we both were smart enough to take Dallas against Philly. Philly got smoked in Dallas.
Yeah, it wasn't even close. And Dallas
kind of embarrassing for them, really, right? I felt like they had a.
I think Dallas is obviously the best team in that division. The other teams suck. You got the Giants, the Washington football team that can't come up with a name, and There's another team in there, but I can't.
Yeah, the Eagles.
The Eagles.
I mean, that's it. You know,
The Eagles who won the Super Bowl.
Eagles.
Eagles won Super Bowl 2-3 years ago, and now they just suck.
They're Jets material.
And the Colts, man. I think Frank Wright's going to lose his job. He should have. He should have went to Phillip Rivers and said, "Please, come save my job, please," because that's what they're messing a quarterback. They don't have a quarterback.
I wish he goes. I hope he goes back to from whence he came. I think I already used that joke. But anyway.
I like Frank Wright as a coach, but
I like Frank. No, I like Frank Wright, but I'm not a big fan of.
Y'all stopped and mentioned like a lot of other teams. You didn't mention the Saints. You didn't mention the Dolphins, the Seahawks. Like, did they not play?
We said
I was running.
We said the Dolphins.
I ran down the list. I was just doing a real quick rundown of what we picked. So I didn't go
Mike, who's a Dolphin fan, his Dolphins lost,
and I picked the Dolphins. I was like,
that's because if they lose, they club some of them, and then it's in Matt's way. Paper.
Yeah. Thanks. Right.
They call him Flipper. No, they don't. Boom.
No, they call him Legal Pad.
Not that kind of paper, but okay. Ed, who's in the chat, actually has been to Dolphin Papers.
Change the subject.
So.
Oh, really? That's right. He's a stalker.
No, I mean he was passing through, Indiana, and was just stopping by.
6-hour detour, but yeah, passing through.
I want to see Dolphins turned into paper.
And
who doesn't?
I don't. It's not related to my job, but thanks.
That's okay. You keep saying that.
Yeah.
Dolphin safe card stock.
Yeah.
So I think right now is a great time for.
They call it the chicken of the paper mill.
Ask any mermaid you happen to see. What's the best paper? Dolphin.
And this episode was brought to you by.
Sorry, Charlie. Matt's fishing for some paper. Charlie wants to be paper, but no, he can't be paper.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen when I don't work for Dolphin Papers anymore? What are you going to
find something else?
Yeah, there's always something.
You'll pick another company or something that doesn't make any sense.
Did we talk about last week, or was that after? Like, I went and saw the Shang-Chi movie, the Marvel.
Yeah, you talked about it.
Yeah, you said you got 10 rings all on your cock.
I think Chris saw it, and I hadn't seen it yet.
That's right.
But I did enjoy it. I was pleasantly surprised with it.
I didn't like it when he went out with the rental boss.
A different show.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, different rings.
I'm sorry.
One ring to rule them all.
I never saw them together. I'm sorry. I never saw them.
I do like how that movie kind of erased the Iron Fist series from.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think they did enough with the 10 rings. They don't have to bring in. Was it the hand?
Now,
so there really were 10 rings?
Well, I mean, like, to me, like,
the hand wears the rings.
I hated Iron Man 3. With a passion.
Oh.
And shit.
That's okay.
Well, you know what? Iron Man just said, fuck you.
So I did. Like, people always say Iron Man 2 is the worst, but I hated Iron Man 3. I think the first, 20, 30 minutes of Iron Man 3 are followed by just, shit.
Would you equate it to your internet right now?
Fuck.
Dude, that was
it's Marvel. Marvel is.
I hope you caught that.
Marvel is not letting me review.
Put that with his dog.
I think we should put that with the sex face.
Put that right behind the dog.
Right? Did I not say Nick's sex face? That was the episode title, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to go.
But that wasn't Nick's sex face. That was Nick's. I just shit a burrito face.
I think Miami Mike is fucking with us because he says that we should check out Steve Martin's new show, Only Murders in the Building.
It's funny.
I don't know if you've been here for this.
Next, he's gonna say we should check out Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm hoping
Don't get me
for,
started.
what I'm hoping for is we'll finally get a Mandarin Iron Man. You know,
A true
And-
Mandarin.
a true Mandarin. Yes. And
Yes.
if we get that, then fucking hell yes. You know. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Good flick.
Yeah, it was fun.
So, Chris, you mentioned Iron Fist in that show. Did you ever watch the Daredevil show on Netflix?
I did.
Yeah,
did.
which
I
I thought was
watched
the best of the.
I watched
No
No
the
doubt.
one.
Daredevil was fantastic. Although, what's her name?
Has Fulton Reese in it.
The law assistant.
What's the show it's about the girl? It's her name. Is the name of the show?
Oh, Jessica.
Jessica
Rabbit.
Dude, I can't remember shit anymore.
Welcome
really
to Kid
can't.
40.
Oh my god.
Jessica. It's the girl that was in Breaking Bad, right?
Yes.
And I never
Yeah.
even watched the show.
Yeah.
Jessica, come on, someone in the chat. Jones.
Thank
I-
you, Miami Mike. Jessica Jones.
Miami Mike was finally useful.
By the way, Jessica Jones sounds like it should be a Doctor Who character, so it's also weird that
Or
one
a
of the
porn star.
doctors
Depends
is-
on
Porn star.
where you're coming from.
Oh, you mean like Ben Stoned? Hi, I'm Ben Stoned, here to see Jessica Jones for my bone. Hope you moan. It's a whole.
No, keep going. Keep going.
It's pretty sexist, I think. So it's okay.
I'm gonna go alone.
I mean, Matt freestyling might be the fucking
With a
keystone
phone.
moment of this episode.
There's got to
And
be
a
a title
robot
there, so
drone.
keep going.
Open up Al Capone.
Geraldo.
Okay, that's it. I can't do any more with this.
That may have been in your top 10 moments there, Matt. That was
probably top 10 moments of Matt. All
Well,
when we made fun of him.
Are there 10?
They're all shitty by your guys' standards, but I think Randy has truly left us alone.
He's going through the Grand Canyon, isn't he?
He did leave us a new email. So
How do you do that when he's supposed to be on?
it came in Thursday. It says losing connectivity. Oh, by the way, it says beer nuts is the title of this one.
beer nuts. I used to love beer nuts.
Losing connectivity in less than an hour. So, what's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts?
Deer nuts are chocolate coated.
I like your answer here.
Are they really?
Well, Randy says that beer nuts are $1.49. Deer nuts are under $1. Not bad.
Not bad.
Hey, Randy, since you're here in the chat, that was your best one ever.
He's not here in the chat.
not
Why are
in
you
the
fucking? Why are you
I
fucking?
know. That's what I'm saying.
No. All right. Here's another one from a couple weeks ago. He also.
Wait, you can't give two Randys in one episode.
Well, he'll be back next week.
It's,
you know
it's,
he
a,
is.
it's a showstopper.
Well, I've got three more. Here to choose from. So
I'm just fucking with Randy.
here's another one for Ramby.
Ramby. Oh, wasn't that with the deer that got shot?
Yeah, well, it's his brother.
Okay.
So.
Hey, Ramberty.
Ramberty, come back here,
Mary,
Ramberty.
come back here and see Ramberty.
Ramberty was scared of the fire, and he got
Merry
the fuck
Christmas,
out.
movie house.
God, angel fucking bullshit.
Merry Christmas to you in jail.
Yeah, fuck you.
Ramberty writes
Ramberty said.
and says 2 guys were arrested for stealing a calendar.
Wait, is Ramberty like with Sylvester Stallone?
I think you're going to ruin his joke here.
I think it was already ruined.
It was.
I think I've heard this one actually.
It is. I've heard this one too, but a
I
classic.
haven't
dad.
because you guys haven't let him tell the joke.
2 guys were arrested for stealing a calendar. They each got
6 months. Yeah.
You read this last week.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I didn't read that one last
Yeah,
week.
yeah, you did.
I read the Dilate one.
I've heard that. Then I've heard that one before.
Well,
Jack, you've told that one before.
That's not funny.
no, that's really funny. It's up there.
I am 10 times funnier in my head than I probably am out loud.
Ed in the chat asks, "What about chin nuts?"
That's a dick in your mouth.
Chin. What the hell?
That
joke was outdated.
Yeah, it is outdated.
No, Randy's going. He's cruising down the river, right? 17-day trip
Down to Colorado.
Awesome.
Wow.
I think it was. I think that's what he was. He's off the grid for like 17 days.
That's
awesome.
why he has his Rambo knife.
It's hard to get that permit to do that, to go down to Colorado. But,
Is it? Well, he knows people.
I mean,
People.
Why is it so hard to get a permit? Because it's dangerous.
it's just because you don't want to overcrowd and think. That's a lot of stuff like that. Where like when you're going down national parks and things like that, you because they don't want everyone putting in, into the river,
feeding bears and stuff like that. And,
oh my!
You think it's because they don't want to waste the water? Because
yeah.
California needs the water. It's like
I don't. Yeah, well, the water doesn't even reach the Gulf of Baja anymore, or Gulf of California, whatever it's called.
Through the aqueduct, right? But that thing's like bone dry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Matt's left. This is just kind of like,
what the fuck are we talking about?
What do we talk about?
How are we supposed to have a produced podcast if the producer just says "fuck it"? I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You know what? I got something to talk about. That case about that girl who was killed by her boyfriend,
allegedly,
or whatever.
He killed her.
Why the fuck is that national news?
Because it's it's true.
Well, she was a YouTube. It was a YouTube channel.
Yeah, she was a YouTube star. That's right.
I don't know,
or an Instagram star. Instagram star or YouTube star.
But it caught people's attention because once he came back without her, and then you had the thing with the police who stopped. They separated him for a night and tried to talk her, and she still stayed with the guy. I mean, right away I said, okay, she's dead. I hate to be right about it, but she was dead, and then it just caught the imagination of the people. I mean,
But like, not.
So one of the things
this might be a little political about it, though. Like the idea is, do you know how many fucking missing people there are in similar cases that are?
And that is something that is definitely
country?
like I think came out about this is that it's. I guess if there's one aspect that yes, it's awful that we're following just her and not all of them. But I think it has brought attention to the fact that there are a lot of missing cases out there.
There are but I think who's the guy that did the show for a long time? His son was kidnapped and decapitated. And
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted. I draw a blank on his name, but he used to.
Adam.
His
son was Adam.
Adam was a kid, yeah. But
that was awful.
He did a show once a week, and it was all different people, and they put out, I think there should be more of this, but the problem is they just spoke. It's social networking. What took people's attention? Of course, the press is going to go with what's going to bring in the ratings. It's not about It's not about what is best for that person or solving the crime. It's what's people going to tune into. I mean, I don't watch it. I hope that like I said, I agree with a lot of people. I just hope he kills himself because I'm pretty sure I mean, come on, let's face it, he did it.
Right.
He did it. I mean, there's no. It's like how many times you see that where a wife goes missing and the husband, I don't know what happened. You know it was the husband. I mean, seriously.
No, I'm laughing at Ed in the chat here, so I'm not laughing at the situation.
Yes, I'm already messing on Twitter. Thanks, Ed. But I'm on another Twitter account. You can follow me. John Walsh, Miami Mike knew the answer. But anyway, it just sucks. I mean, it's a scary world we live in. Scary.
Yeah, I know a family really close to where like kind of. Well, I shouldn't talk about my neighborhood. Never mind. I'm not going to talk about my neighborhood anymore. So you guys,
You got bodies in,
Yeah, you got missing people next door.
No, there was a.
Why do you think those?
horrible-
What do you think?
there was
What do you
a
think
horrible-
those little levees or whatever you call them? Where the houses are. You get like 4 feet there before the houses.
Not to mention that's not a fucking rain barrel. That's like
blood
This rain barrel over here. By the way, my background here.
That's a good place to hide a body.
that's what I'm saying.
Rain
There's
barrels?
not just rain
nice
barrels
job,
there.
Chris. Yeah.
or dolphin pieces.
I have a fucking calling. What can I say?
I mean, the barrel does look red.
Yeah.
It's orange. Thanks very much. And for anybody watching along, I mentioned this already to Ed in the chat, but this is my house in the background. I don't know why I'm sharing it with you. But we recently got it painted. And Ed, my wife chose these colors, and she wanted something that was, as she put it, California beach bungalow. That's kind of what she's going for. So,
in Indiana.
I mean, fucking nailed it.
Is it light purple with dark purple posts and gold
no,
frames?
it's turquoise. It's like a turquoise sea blue,
okay.
with so it's more blue, and then it's a teal kind of color for the dark, and then we have this peachy pink, and then if you look, we also have this like what they call a peekaboo under part of the house is also that peach.
I told you a couple weeks ago I liked it. I thought it was nice.
Well, thanks.
That's nice.
Now, do you have a lot of curtains, or if not, do you get a lot of like fading from sun coming in from that side of the house?
This is the sunroom right there, so it does face south, but that's just kind of our enclosed porch. So that's where we.
In my neighborhood, we have an association, and you're not allowed to have colors. It has to be bland. And we had a neighbor years ago, about 3 doors down. I come walking out, I go, "Whoa!" And he had bright blue, and I go, "Okay,
He's gonna get in trouble."
that's why I didn't complain because he was a older guy. I got along with him, but the other neighbors complained he had to repaint it.
Really?
He told me. I said,
We don't have a neighborhood association like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I said nothing. I got your house. You can do whatever you want. He goes, well, the problem was, it wasn't the color we picked out. I go, sure, they can see it from the moon. So,
Well,
it makes sense in some ways, because like if every house is taupe or white or whatever, those boring colors, but then you come in and paint it canary yellow. No one wants to buy a house next to another house that's painted canary yellow. So it makes your property less because people go,
I don't know. You're an anti-colorite.
That's right.
yeah,
That was probably the least libertarian thing I think I've ever heard you say.
It's true.
I'm like, hey, why are we
that's-
restricting houses?
That's
from
true.
color?
That's so true. You should do whatever you want. I totally agree with that. But I'm just saying,
leave me hanging, Chris.
that's very true.
Not even think about that, but that is spot on. Yeah.
If anybody wants to see Nick's sex face,
Well, that's one of the things I like about my area is I don't have a homeowner association.
yeah,
Go fuck yourself.
I don't.
you can get some of that white that they just made that is more reflective, so you can cut down on AC. You've heard about this? A scientific breakthrough about this super white, basically that reflects sunlight, and it actually cuts down.
Should it be called that?
I don't know.
I don't think it's called
It's
super
the
white.
exact
It's just a
opposite
very
of was it Vanta Black, that color they created
right that absorbed all light. Yeah. So really cool stuff happening with color.
It's a paint you can paint.
Yeah, you could paint it on your roof, and it would reflect light. And let me just say that for the future, we're gonna need more white to reflect the sunlight back, so that because we're losing ice caps, right? We're losing the.
I got plenty of ice in my freezer.
Well,
Need it.
that white from all of those snow caps actually helps reflect back some of that light, so keeps some of the sun from.
Well, I put some of that. I put
That's
some of
true.
that silver. That's what's that silver stuff in my attic to keep the.
Well,
sun.
that good. That's a little bit.
I'm trying to save, and blame my wife for us not having solar.
I'm all ready to.
I'm 6 weeks out.
Because every time she gets the bill, she goes, "I should have let you put the solar panels up." I go, "I told you." I told you.
It's not too late. Do it now.
I was gonna put them. I was gonna buy them and put them up myself.
No, don't do that. That's a terrible idea.
No, it was not a terrible idea. It's not that hard to put up solar panels.
Well, you have in the right direction.
Well, it's just right now since they took all those trees away from here. It could be any direction because the sun just goes, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, from the time it gets up, the time it goes down. Because before there's a test you can do on Tesla. You go on Tesla and they have the.
What are you pointing at?
You want me to pop that up?
Matt's win of a fucking comeback to the Mac.
I don't think it was but Miami Mike says they should call they prefer to call it MAGA white. And I said, that deflects
brilliant.
That deflects a lot, but isn't good at taking heat.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
Sorry, we interrupt this Jack story with a
no. But if you go on,
it's another top 10 Matt moment. This is a form of
I'm on tonight, guys.
I mean, you got two tonight, bud.
So you did it all in one episode. Nice.
Yeah,
I might make it the top 12.
If you go on Tesla, they have those shingles that are they're solar panels. And you can test though you do whatever you do thing you get how many percent what you need or all that different stuff. And at one point we're like 80% because we had the trees blocking it. Now it's got to be there is no blockage. It's sun comes up, sun comes down, the sun is out.
Yep. Mine are being installed in like 6 to 8 weeks, I think, from now. Get my system installed.
My neighbor, I think, is always annoyed by it. We have this large tree in the back. It's a hackberry, and so hackberries kind of they kind of shed their branches. I've
never heard of a hackberry.
Well, it's not really a berry that you want to eat, but
because it makes you hack.
Right. It is they wanted to call it COVID berry, but anyway, the branches, they kind of die out and they'll kind of fall down, but it's actually a really hardy wood.
It's falling in his yard.
No, it's a hardy tree.
So is it a hardy or a hack?
No, the wood itself is very
hardy.
Tough. Yes, from what I hear. Anyway, it blocks a lot of sun though, and really helps kind of cool off the house, at least for the first part of the day, because once the sun gets to the west, it just our attic just bakes. So it's a handy wood. It's hardly handy. It's a hardy. It is a hardy wood.
It's the kind of wood you want.
Let's just say it's already taken the blue pill.
It stands up straight.
Welcome back.
I am looking forward to that movie, though. Chris mentioned last week that he saw the previews for
what movie?
Moon Falling or whatever.
Yep, Moonfall.
And that looked interesting. And then, of course, what were you saying? Shit.
About a hardy tree.
No, what was Matt just talking about?
Blue pills.
The Matrix movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Blue pills in the Matrix.
I totally got that.
With a sprinkle of Viagra in there.
Yeah.
Well, Neo, we see that you've aged a little bit, and
but supposedly, I guess
do you want the red pill, the blue pill, or the little blue pill?
Everything I'm reading about this,
you're swinging for the fences. You're just trying to add on to that top 10. That one almost got there.
Okay. Thanks for keeping
just a bit outside,
just a bit too far. Go ahead, Nick.
Well, I was saying, everything I'm reading about this new Matrix film, though, is you almost need to ignore the second and third film. Acknowledge the first film, and it's one of those. Is that not right, Matt?
Oh no, that's fine. I didn't
watch the second and third film.
Well, it's because
I know people shit on them, but I actually enjoyed some of the stuff they did.
You like Doom too.
I enjoyed the third movie better than the second. The second one felt just kind of like a huh. So we lost Nick for a second.
Rubbish.
Yeah,
we shouldn't interrupt Nick when he's got a thought because
I know we never know if we're going to get him back again. So,
yeah.
Oh, cookies are done.
I'm
Nick.
dying. Yeah. No.
So I had this weird
dream.
No, What's that term that you have when when people think there's things from different dimensions? The theory is it all started when the Hadron Collider was turned on. They call it
pretty sure that's a fetish.
what's it? Oh, the Mandela effect.
Or the butterfly effect,
So
Yeah,
I have this
this
thing in my head. I can't remember correctly. It's in the Matrix, one of the Matrix movies, where the architect, like, why do I have a memory of George Carlin as the architect?
Whoa, that's
weird. You're getting confused with Bill and Ted.
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
no. That
would be kind of cool, though. You know.
So, hang on. Oh, okay. I just googled it. It's There was a parody movie, like a version of it with George Carlin.
Oh. Okay.
7 words you can't say on television. But now you can.
No, I want to see. What the fuck is it from? Oh, it's from. It's from fucking Scary Movie 3.
Someone's stoned.
Yeah, I definitely am. But like, I don't ever remember watching Scary Movie 3. Let alone
nobody does. Nobody wants to admit to that shit.
You don't admit it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I saw it, but no.
Oh, you saw it? Okay.
I stopped after the first one.
I know, right? It was like way too much.
The Carmen Electra one, I didn't see that one.
That was the first one, I think.
Was she in the first one?
I think so. She's like the Demi Moore, but they're making. I mean, not Demi Moore. Drew Barrymore. They're making fun of her because she was running, but with the Carmen Electras, they stab her in the breast implant and then rips out the silicone.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't really get into it that much, but yeah. Okay.
No,
she dropped off the planet. Like, she basically married Dennis Rodman. They got divorced. You never saw her again.
Yeah.
Carmen. What is Carmen Electra?
That b-ball lifestyle, man. She was with him all the way up until he
went
was
to Korea.
Exactly. And then he came back.
Okay, you've gone too far.
It's just funny how, like,
you've gone way too far.
Like, you never saw Pamela Anderson again after a while,
but you kind of almost need them to, like,
Well, you see Pamela Anderson because she gets married. I mean, she married that guy and got divorced 2 or 3 days later. Then she married another guy like 2 weeks later. That's just what she does.
I did, Mike. I lived that b-ball lifestyle so much.
Did Chris find out what Carmen Electra is up to? I thought you were Googling her.
I did, but she's suing a strip club.
Nice.
Oh.
Using her images. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But it's not
makes me think of Community. There's a line in that says, no, Shirley, you can't sue a stripper. Life sued her and won.
That's good.
Maybe we can get Carmen Electra on the show.
Wait, where do you have these pipe dreams? Like, Chris and I are the ones that are high.
I'm just throwing out. You're the producer. Get it done.
I'm the guy that pushes the buttons and looks up funny images of dogs to connect them to the patrons.
Yeah, because that brings people to the.
It does. Show. Why do you think Ed's left the chat? He's like, "Come on, show me my dog picture. I paid good money for this show. I want to see what I look like as a dog." Yeah, that's right. Last week was cats. This week's dogs. Get with the program.
Oh,
I didn't even put those together.
I didn't either because I was bored last week, so I didn't.
Well, the last one was a cat versus sheep.
I blame the listener that said that we were on fire for like the last 3 weeks. Because there's nowhere to go after that. We're like, we can't top it.
I know.
We're like the Padres.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, because this hat right here, Jay and Colleen got me this hat for my birthday.
Is that the Jinx hat?
Don't you already have like 10 of those?
I didn't have a brown Padre hat.
Oh.
And because I like to put the hats on to make sure they fit right.
And you're anti-UPS.
Exactly. And so anyway, since I got this hat, the Padres had the second worst record in baseball. And they've only won like 11 games since I got this hat. Because about a month ago, I said, Jay, I think it's the hat. He goes, no, it doesn't do with the hat. I go, I think it's the hat. Well, August 11th is when they started going downhill.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are on
The
fire.
Cardinals. My dad would be he'd be rubbing it in my face right now if he was alive, because he's a huge Cardinal fan.
Yeah.
Huge.
Wait, what was Ed's Taco Bell joke?
I think it was
I
about
never
chin nuts. It said Taco Bell said, "Gonna post the Taco Bell subscription info in restrooms so you have something to read while sitting on the toilet." That's pretty good, Ed.
I mean,
missed that
I
one.
can tell you, like, there's probably a handful or two of places you'll never ever catch me. In one of them is the fucking bathroom of a Taco Bell. I would
I don't
never
ever want to catch you in
step
any
foot
bathroom, let alone the Taco Bell bathroom.
in a Taco Bell bathroom.
I'm sure those bathrooms have seen stuff that nobody
Oh my
wants to
god,
see.
they've seen horrors.
Yeah. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
I don't even know if it gets to sex, drugs. It's so
I think
bad.
it's only got
Sex,
the.
drugs, and a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Well,
dude.
wait,
That's-
hold on a second, Matt. You used to work at Taco Bell.
I had to clean the fucking restroom. Thank you.
Okay,
Very much.
how bad were they?
It was bad. It was bad.
Anytime you work with
Remember
Taco
the listener? Remember the listener that wrote in and said like it soaks into your clothing. Yeah, you never get that shit out of your memory either.
yeah, it's
So
I've had some of those where I walked in the bathroom and went, what the fuck? Okay,
yeah, there is no questioning. Is that chocolate or caramel sauce? No.
man, someone had the Supreme.
Wow, who ate? I didn't know that we sold Thai food here. Yeah. Okay. One of the shittiest things.
They're like, hey, I got an extra gordita in here. Do you need it on the line? Like,
I don't even know what a gordita is, but that's what it looks like.
Let me get some nachos.
Um,
Stuff right up.
but god damn it, I can fucking crush some Taco Bell right now. I love Taco Bell.
So heads up on some Taco Bell vandalism that you can do. You get their hot sauces, right? And you twist. Okay, they come in little packs, right? Like little ketchup packets, right?
Yeah.
You twist the one end really tight to get the bubble of the sauce ready to pop, right?
Yeah.
And you throw it at a car, and the hot sauce eats away at the enamel of the car.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. People did that to
Wait.
cars.
You seem pretty.
I learned this. I learned this from people that did this.
Oh, yeah.
At-
Okay.
Dude,
Wow.
I had no idea you had such like a sordid past.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that was me. I was.
It was not me. I did not do that.
Starts with hot sauce packets, then drawing dicks on cars.
and then there's
Don't
dead
forget
bodies
the
next
pliers.
door.
Don't forget the what? Pliers? Don't understand that joke, but
American Vandal jokes.
oh yeah.
Come on, man.
The Vandals took the handles.
That was another show I turned people on to.
I never did watch season 2.
Oh yeah, I didn't
It
watch
was you,
season
Chris.
2
I'm
either.
just giving you a hard time. Chris was like, "Did he?"
I was like, wait, was that me?
I'm pretty sure Chris would be a Labrador. So
Oh,
I'm losing my Labrador status.
right, yeah. I
don't
mean,
want to be the. I don't want to be the dog that gets his ass kicked.
Labradoodle.
a Labradoodle. You think Chris would be a Labradoodle? Curly hair.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a
I
dog
don't
with
want to
red
be the
hair.
I don't want to be the yapper.
I was trying to find a dog with red hair for Nick, but they all looked like shit.
Nick claims
So-
he doesn't have.
I don't have red hair.
Couldn't you get an Irish setter? Aren't they?
I'm just joking.
That's all they have is red
I'm just
hair.
joking. It was really hard, like choosing dogs for you guys. So,
I know you
Apparently.
Have
next week when I choose
My dog
snakes
sucks.
and rats, it's gonna be a lot
I
easier.
thought you had like Baywatch, people from Baywatch.
Swinging for the fences. Fucking swinging for the fences.
I was excited to hang out with you guys tonight. Let me say, if I must say, I do.
Indeed.
I look forward to it. So I get to laugh. For
John
a couple hours.
says, could your South LA Padres actually beat the fucking Dodgers? No, they can't.
Oh, it could be a Boston Terrier.
Yeah, that's a good one. I didn't think about that. So,
That's a weak dog too.
but his face doesn't look as smushed in as a Boston
Oh,
Terrier.
thanks.
So.
That's the best compliment I've gotten today.
Chris's face
been a rough-
look as smashed in as a Boston Terrier.
Been a rough
Boston
day, Chris.
Terriers are awesome.
They're
What's that?
good dogs.
Oh yeah, it's been a rough few days.
And let me just say, they're all good dogs. Okay, I'm not picking on any dogs.
There's no
here.
such thing as a bad dog.
No, not in my book.
You've never been a mailman.
We'll ask Ed that question.
Yeah, right. Which dogs are the bad dogs?
I know my brother-in-law worked for SDG for the longest time, and he used to have to go. It's a gas electric company in San Diego, and he used to have to go read meters. And he hates dogs because he would be chased by dogs all the time. So he hates dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Literally hates them.
Like Sting.
I could see, like Sting,
because he was in Dune,
and he was also in another show that remains nameless.
That was the trailer that I saw. Dune.
Oh, I can't
Dune.
wait.
Yeah, Dune. Yeah, be here soon. Be here really soon.
So
I can't wait not to watch it.
Yeah, the next movie.
I'm not going
miss
to
out.
watch it. It's probably shit.
John, the UPS guy, reports there are bad dogs and they go to hell.
Well, there's bad owners, you should say.
That is true.
So the bad dogs don't get to go to Rainbow Bridge. Where do they go?
I don't know.
They go to
Ask the atheists.
I would have liked to have seen the opposite of those paintings. If so all those dogs are in heaven, but what is like the fiery sky and the volcanoes and stuff?
Yeah.
It's like these are the bad dogs.
You ride the moonbow.
They have to go to Indiana.
They probably do. They probably do. Hey, Jack, would you say that your hat has a case of the yips?
Yep.
Dude, don't say that word.
Sure. Wow.
I don't want to bring up Ted Lasso, but yeah, good stuff though.
Wild and wacky.
Wow.
I am faced with some kind of life-changing things happening with my work because
You get deep.
Wow.
I might
Fucking took a turn.
I know.
Well, the owner / boss / co-owner / BFF guy that I work with,
Slasher
/ .com. It's like I get a different message each week about what we're doing, and so like sometimes it's like, yeah, let's do this, we could do that, and then it's like, no,
he just can't make up his mind, right?
Yeah. So at the end of last Thursday, I was like, okay, we're looking at properties, we're looking at opportunities to move the business, or we're kind of in a situation with the lease right now,
closer to the ocean.
which that would be really good. That would be good for business.
Good for production.
And
Closer to SeaWorld.
it's really tricky because we survived COVID. Yay,
Right.
we survived COVID.
So
But
far.
actually, did COVID help you? Because you do a lot of
COVID did help us in a way because we did do a lot of online stuff and we survived that. What we're having difficulty with is surviving the real estate boom,
right.
and that's what's made us go a little.
because
bust.
your rent's going up. I remember you saying that.
Well, our rent will go up, and it's not that we can't handle the rent, but the idea of signing a lease has put my my associate into a position where he's
You
like,
were Muslim.
You still got the number of that girl that wants you to go downtown?
Downtown.
she only likes me when I go downtown if I'm crying on a video.
Dad's
Again.
cry. Dad's cry.
Dad's
Mhm.
cry.
That's what you're into, huh? All right.
Whoa, Maddie's crying.
Again, Ted Lasso. It's the only episodes of Ted Lasso I've seen.
Okay. You're spoiling
Anyway,
it.
so in this pickle of a predicament here with real estate and figuring out what to do and where to move and what to do,
Exactly.
And so this week, and Jack, you and I probably talked about this, I think post podcast or in the bonus episode a little bit.
It was last week.
So coming into work, and I was like, oh hey, like there's this property where we could get an acreage. We could possibly, looking at opportunities of building a building, and then he's just like, the way I see it, like, I think we should just end it. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right.
Because
So
he's like 67, right?
69, going to be
69.
7. Mm-hmm. And So it's a really difficult predicament because the business does make some money and it has a lot of, I mean, we've been around for 40 years. We have a 40-year, built in client base basically. So it's trying to maneuver or figure out a way in order to make it profitable enough to work.
I think that's really selfish because who's going to keep the dolphin population in check?
Yeah.
Because
now we're going to be overrun by dolphins.
Exactly. Without you, they're just going to keep reproducing, and next thing you know, the whole ocean's full of just asshole dolphins that
and the fish population.
And fucking Flipper is going to get like 7 like rehashed sequels in the movie theater.
It will drive up
pandemonium.
It will drive up the dolphin nut prices for sure.
Yeah.
Like
docks everywhere are just going to get humped. Like it's just weird thing.
You're going to have that dolphin thing that makes the noise.
I'm thinking back to Randy's comment of under $1. But yeah, the dolphin nuts are going to be over $1 now. So anyway,
can you buy him out, or can you just say?
Okay, so here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing.
Is he looking to sell it, or is he just looking to?
Well, here's the weird thing: is that in multiple times, and including last Thursday, like, well, as far as I see it, the business is yours. Okay,
nice.
So just, I guess you could just step away, and then I'll just
put it on paper.
Put it on paper, and then then
notarize it, and you're good to go.
But I think he's wanting to focus on Ed's work, my former boss and close friend who had passed away. So wanting me to focus on selling his work or working on the artwork side of things, which we have a lot. However, that doesn't make a steady revenue day in, day out. And I'm looking at, okay, if I'm a squirrel making a nut, like I can, as one person, I can do X amount of.
That's such a loaded comment that you just
I know. I knew you'd like that. So I just wetted the whistle and put squirrel nuts in it. It's squirrel nuts, deer nuts, dolphin nuts.
Matt's dog, his face is like looking in the direction because he's looking for the squirrel.
Like Lee's upset.
He's at least looking for his nuts.
Ed's right. We are the dolphin in the jeans, cannot be replaced. So,
what about jeans paper?
Jeans paper, it could be possible because essentially, like it's denim, but you'd have to break down the fibers in order to get it to a pulp.
So, this part, going back to your business, so he just basically is all over the place, like you're saying. And
kind of, yeah. And then we have this aspect of the lease agreement hanging over our heads like a guillotine, and here's the thing.
Would it be more accurate to say hanging over your heads like a tea bag?
I would say that's nuts.
Yeah,
I'd rather have the guillotine. Just me personally,
as well as I would.
If I gotta go,
but real estate in this area and in this market, there's nobody that's filling that space anytime soon. There's nobody that's looking at the space and saying,
I want it. Because this has been going on for a couple of months, hasn't it?
It has. Yep, pretty much.
So you have leverage, I guess, because
somewhat. It's just I find myself in the most tricky of situations because the owner has the business and is very genuine. Like when I say like there are certain things that he's already signed over to me and I've never asked to have his stock options, but he's bereaved or gifted those to me and upon his death, which is nice. I've never once asked for this, but I find myself in this tricky situation where it's like, okay, you want to give me the business, but then we don't want to move it. We don't want to sign the lease. We don't want to.
But even if he gave you the business, you'd still have to hire help, though, right?
My thought was
an employee.
My thought was always, because I mean, aside from being a warm body that fills the place, He doesn't really do anything active that actually helps me. And I'm not shitting on him, but it's just
He's
it's
like
the fact that I do
podcast.
80% of the work, and he's there kind of filling a chair. I mean, there are days that I go in where I'm like, why couldn't you have just made this one little order? This would have saved me, but he pays me, so I'm just like, okay, whatever, I'll take care of this. So it just becomes this tricky situation of like, okay, yes, the business might not make a lot, but it could make enough to pay for one person to survive, especially if we narrowed it down to the money makers. Like, just say, like, what is getting the most profit?
Not having someone come in to buy a piece of paper.
Yeah, and then eliminating some stuff that's just like, we're making only 50 cents
Fucking
on this paper.
Ed, brutal.
What does that mean, Ed? Sounds like this podcast.
You're talking about how it would be profitable if it would be sustainable for just one person, and then Ed goes, "Yes, sounds like this."
It probably is only profitable for one person. So, and he's not even on here. I mean, I guess he's doing some kind of Survivor podcast. How's that going? Is Jay Rusty getting back into the podcasting hump?
Jay actually got himself like a really nice.
I use that word hump very loosely.
He got a really nice camera, so he looks really great. His whole thing is, it's like, I mean, it's good as Jay could look.
Okay.
The image is like, and it's like, well, whatever, that just sucks. But yeah,
No one needs to be seen in HD.
I don't know if I'm going to like the Survivor season because they kind of changed it. I don't want to get into it. It's too political. But anyway, go ahead.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's like it was 2 hours. It could have been a 20-minute episode. I mean, Jeff decided that he's no longer say coming in, guys.
Oh, he doesn't say that anymore?
No, because someone found it offensive. So now it's just come on in.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I personally said, I go, look, I don't care either way. I go, but I say guys all the time because I'm old. If someone tells me, hey, don't say guys anymore to me, I will not say guy to you. But it's just what I say. I mean, I don't mean anything by it, but just, anyway.
Some would say that we enter the world all as a woman. Because
That's true. It's true.
Because as we are born, we identify ourselves with our mother first. So there's for a long period of time we don't actually separate ourselves from the mother. We think even when babies are like 3 months old, they're still thinking that the mother and them are one. You
went in a totally different direction than I was thinking. Because technically we are all are females, because that's why we have nipples. It's because we're all females first, and then the Y chromosome takes over, and we develop into males later.
Don't cats have nipples? Don't they?
They do.
You
can milk them. Yeah.
Where are you going with this, Jack?
What the fuck is going on right now?
I'm just saying.
Chris is like, I've been smoking some dudes.
No,
here.
I mean, this show has taken more fucking turns than ever in one fucking hour and a half episode.
Matt thinks because 3-month-olds can communicate so well that we know what they're thinking.
No, they do. They like I've had
3-month-olds. They don't know shit. I got.
Oh, they know shit. They
know shit. Yeah,
that is the one thing that they know a lot of. Is shit.
I'm almost 2 liters deep, so that's why.
John the UPS guy says Matt officially stoned. No, I was watching this. Has anybody
before the episode aired?
I do.
Matt stoned.
I'm actually drinking beer right now, but has anybody watched any Joseph Campbell at all?
Who?
No.
Joseph Campbell. So he's like
he's
like a art historian.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he wrote a book about it's an old book
about babies being able to communicate.
It's the one that George Lucas based
Star
Wars off of mythology and
Hero of 1,000 Faces.
Dude, so Sherry points
That's it. Hero of 1,000 Faces.
every time your internet cuts out, it's at like the perfect time.
It is. It is.
Yeah, like
You're always
every single time. Like the last one, you're holding your beer cup up because it was empty. You're like, give me more beer.
More beer, please.
The last time you're like, pour more beer in my mouth.
Unfortunately, Jack's never
worked. It actually worked.
Sounds like someone taking a piss.
Yeah.
It did, didn't it?
Nick, take that off air.
No.
Nothing's better than a good beer pee. Right?
Yep.
It's like when you finally get.
Yeah, unless you had asparagus with your steak, then
no, because then it stinks. Yeah, it stinks.
You drove me to drink.
It is the dawning of the age of asparagus. Age of asparagus. Asparagus.
So Mike wants to know
the show.
Nick,
Whoa,
can you milk?
Okay.
Milk, Mike.
You can milk anything with nipples.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a couple of beers. Maybe he will.
And John mentions that he tuned in to hear the discussion on cat nipples. Didn't know that we were going to have that. But dogs also have nipples. Dogs have nipples, right?
They do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a dog show. I should have said dogs. My bad. Cats was last week.
Bow wow wow.
Oh, Matt's gonna freestyle again. Hang on, I'm gonna mute myself.
Yippee yo bow wow yippee yo yippee yay.
No, I am not gonna freestyle again. Forget that.
I'm not gonna freestyle again.
It's some bars, son.
Well, Miami Mike needs to really join us to do the freestyling. I think he's probably got the most flow, so that I know, because he shows it. Oh, so. Anyway,
I'm white.
I am white.
Yeah, there's no question about that.
I say these really.
And you're not vanilla ice white.
I say these really dumb things when I'm teaching drawing sometimes, where I laugh at myself and I'm like, I'm really glad that the podcasters aren't here because they would make fun of this, or that you would get the joke. And
we'd only show up to your class if there was naked day.
Naked day. Is it naked day?
I mean, I'm just being honest, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So you wouldn't have gotten the perspective talk.
Naked day.
Naked.
No naked days this year. So just clothed.
Well, then I'm not showing up.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I've seen people with clothes on. Like you walk down the street, see people with clothes on.
Sure. Well, that's what porn's for if you need it. So
it's not the same.
It's not the same as real life. There's something electric when there's a whole room full of nude people.
I should sign up for your class and just film it once a week.
I love seeing Chris just laugh at random shit. Even
and it could be a YouTube channel. Me just ruining your class every week.
I'm laughing at Matt. Matt's having a fucking all-star night tonight. It's very amusing.
You know what? You're going to listen to the show and think, okay, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, you're going to listen to it later. You'll be like, the guy that said that it was on fire is going to be like, oh,
what did I take?
It's like when I saw they call him Bruce Stone, and I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. Yeah, it wasn't.
Well,
but no, Matt's been great.
Thanks a lot. I do feel a little bit lighter, even though I don't have this work situation, but it has been hanging over me like a huge weight on my back. And I
especially when you have someone who can't make a decision. I mean, it's just
I can't express how
like dolphin anxiety.
Nick has been on a testicle.
It has been.
Is that title episode?
The dirtiest he's been in a long time.
It has really tested my.
Is that the episode title? Nick's testicles?
No, it's Nick's sex face. That's what it is.
I think he's just trying to make up for his anti-libertarian views.
It's true. It's so true. Yeah.
He's gonna be kicked out of the club. They're gonna hear the episode. Go, wait, you were for
Nick ever runs for a fucking libertarian party, and they're just gonna air this episode on the news. Like he says he's libertarian, but listen to his bullshit about
he's anti-color.
He's just a typical.
Actually, I think the
Liberal.
anti-color thing might help you.
No.
Just joking. Not trying to shit on anyone.
I mean, I wrote down a couple
But
of
racist,
titles
primarily.
for the episode so far since someone asked. But I had Dolphin Nuts Pulp.
What? That is gross. It's so gross.
Dolphin Nut Pulp.
I don't care if anybody
don't
listens.
need
I
to
love
read
that
any
one.
others.
So gross.
We have a winner.
Please, listeners.
I've never come to a quicker consensus
Live
on what
listeners,
the episode title
please.
absolutely is
So,
going to be.
I know you have
Like-
orange pulp.
I don't.
Non-pulp. Is
I
there
want
Dolphin
people to
non-pulp?
listen to this episode.
Oh,
People aren't going to know the true genius.
I want people to look at that and be like, "What the fuck is wrong with these guys?"
That's got to be the title.
I also like the fact that somebody might be
Let's vote on
Googling
it.
these words.
Let's
and
vote
then
on it.
the only
I
thing
vote-
that
I vote
pops
for-
up is our podcast.
I
They're
vote
like,
for that. I vote for that title.
Yes, if I could have it my
I
way,
think we
it
should
would be
leave this up to
episode
the
title
live
every
listeners.
week.
Yeah, you're like Dolphin Pulp Nut? No, Nut Pulp.
Dolphin Nut
This is
Pulp.
Dolphin Pulp Nut episode 1.7 because we're going to use that for the rest of the season.
In fact, we're changing the name of the podcast.
I'm changing the name of the business too.
Let's just change it to. Let's change the name of
Dolphin
the
Nut
If
podcast.
it's got 40 years name
Dolphin
recognition,
Nut Pulp.
fuck it. We fucked it all. So, great. I hope nobody
Someone
from the
snorted.
You know
Someone
it's gonna be an
snorted.
animal ri- and we're gonna get a nasty email from some animal rights person.
No, I'm just glad that none of my, and I really do hope that none of my vendors actually listen to this. They're like, wait, what? That's the same guy?
Can you give me a list of your vendors? I'm Michael Scott.
Nope. I will not do that. I actually had the dumbest bullshit email from a customer who basically was like, well, if you can't sell to me wholesale, at the very least, could you give me your list of vendors?
Oh, gee. No.
At the very least?
I would have sent them a bunch of. I would have just sent them a bunch of bullshit things.
I'm like, what? Oh, sure. Yeah, let me tell you my ancient secret.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
It's kind of something you keep close to the vest.
Snout or the
Yeah.
the beak part of the dolphin? Do you?
She's like, why do you have a dolphin tank behind you?
And a fishing pole.
You know, you,
How do you catch a dolphin? What do they eat?
fish.
fish,
Fish,
tuna,
okay. All right. It's
dumb
in,
jokes.
Is it in a can?
Nut pup. No, pup.
No pulp.
No
No
pup.
pulp.
That's a type of dog that I did not list.
No pulp. I got some no pulp.
Oh,
my
shit.
goodness. All right.
Yes, we should end this, right? Officially.
Yes, I think so because I got to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
This was fun. I enjoyed it. I
had
Mm,
a lot of
so much
I needed
fun.
I needed some laughs because, well,
Like
I know your whole life.
This is our superpower. We can find the stupidest shit literally at least once a week to have an incredible laugh over. Like it's every week.
How is this podcast not like the top podcast in the world? I don't get it.
I mean, right?
Well, it starts.
Well, because I think only like one person actually here shares it on Instagram and Twitter and doesn't really do much more.
I'll
than
tell you
that.
though,
I share it on Twitter.
I believe
but I have no followers anymore.
I believe we are on the precipice of greatness and of a huge upcoming following because of Dolphin Nut Pulp is going to be our episode title.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that should be a T-shirt.
Like, I mean, we might need to change it from the Ramblecast.
We're not.
I really don't understand. I
Matt,
really don't understand. Okay,
Well, wait.
Pause
wait,
for a second
wait,
here.
Wait, no,
I don't understand how I go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You do the artwork. I'll
Oh,
do the
sure.
shirts. We'll skip by, and I guarantee we'll Dolphin Nut Pulp.
Yeah.
People be
Sounds
asking,
great.
did you listen to that episode of DNP? It was so good.
DNP is so off the hook.
Dolphin Nut Pulp.
Well, as Miami Mike points out, horse dewormers, it's a popular thing right now. So, we could get on some of that DNP power.
Yeah.
I think Dolphin Nut Pulp is actually the next cure for COVID.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah, it cures COVID.
And cancer. And
not
cancer.
only, folks, not only does it make
Let's
a
don't-
fucking
let's don't-
high
let's don't go-
quality
let's
piece
don't
of
go
papyrus,
crazy.
but it can also clear out your
COVID-19 through
And you
25.
You don't need a Dolphin Nut Pulp booster.
Nope.
One
just
dose and you're good.
one dose will do
they
it all.
already killed COVID-20 with Dolphin Nut Pulp. That's how fucking strong this shit is.
Right.
You know what's
what?
really
We should
you know what's
we should start a Reddit thread with that. It'll take off, and then people are going to say they'll Google it and they'll see this. And this episode will be like, oh my god, this is great.
yeah, really fucking great, guys. This is Miami Mike for the win says it clears out your blowhole, people.
We already talked about Taco Bell.
All right. Yeah, that's the other. That seems like an Ed joke right there, an Ed Smith joke. So.
Well, Ed and I are about the same age, I think.
I just wanted my one point that I wanted to make before I was interrupted multiple times by everyone else was that
They do.
it's amazing
It's almost
that
as if we interrupt constantly.
to interrupt constantly.
I mean, were you just saying something?
We didn't interrupt you until you started talking.
I don't know what the fuck I was going to say, but you have a knack of taking something intimate that I'm trying to share just personally and just exploding it like a big old nutsack and blowing it up to something that is so humorous that at least I can find some.
You can slap some pulp on that at all.
I don't know why this week I feel a little less anxiety because I'm like, fuck it. I don't have a say in this, so what do I care?
What's your anxiety from? Is your anxiety from just the podcast, or the fact that most likely we're going to humiliate each other?
No, my anxiety is from everything with the business right now. That's all my anxiety. That's where my anxiety stems from, not from this podcast. You guys actually bring something to me in a weird fucking way. I don't know how, that allows me to feel like this part is shittier than the shit that's going on in my life, So Chris is laughing and talking, but is muted. So
we talk about this is the shitty part is being here with us.
Yeah.
You know what? Hey, as long as we can play a role, I'm glad to be there.
I'm here all week.
There is no easy solution to this, and I have no overnight thing to solve this, but it is something that I'm continually going through, and come along on the Dolphin Nut Pulp journey as we explore what will happen next in the saga.
Can we get a song? Dolphin Nut Pulp.
I don't know. You run that by the producer of the show. The other producer. Well, his name's on the show, but he's not on the show.
There's got to be something we can.
Dolphin Nut Pulp. Dolphin Nut Pulp.
It cures all your. I want a more snappy version though. I want something that's snappy, something quick, something not that Lovers Will Nut crap.
Mm-hmm.
So
I liked where Nick was going though. Like, you stepped on my Dolphin Nut Pulp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we let out all the juice,
and it made me go.
No, it's got to be to the Lost recap tune.
Ooh,
Dolphin Nut Pulp.
If you enjoy what we do, and why wouldn't you, send us an email to rcadcast@gmail.com, just like Randy does, or Amanda from last week, who had a really great email that went further beyond what Randy could ever do.
Wow. Yeah, with DVP, yeah, you know me.
We're
gonna take over the world by storm.
We missed you tonight, Randy.
TRL and shit. It's gonna be.
Yeah, send me that artwork, Matt. And I'll get working on this shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that artwork real quick.
Well, are you against making money?
And who is it? Yeah, clearly, because I'm working at this fucking place. If you like,
Ed Smith said, I will buy 4 of you guys riding a dolphin.
It's almost worth it to make that happen.
That's actually a good thing. RCAD Images of our face, riding a dolphin in Dolphin Nut Pulp.
All right, maybe next week I'll make the show.
What would our dolphin faces be doing? That's the question.
Well, I guess we'll find out next week.
If it's Dolphin Nut Pulp. I'm sure Nick's had a few of those frozen.
Nick's just glad that I didn't get my coup of Nick's sex face because I really thought that was going to be.
You had a chance. You had a chance.
I did.
Did you ever at any point
his
think
face
that was
on
going
a t-shirt
to work?
going like that would be great, or like
it's never going to be. It's not about me, Matt. It's about you. It's always about you.
I appreciate that.
Too. We got 5 shirts we've already sold.
All right, 5 shirts for Dolphin Nut Pulp. One thing that I would also like to sell is go over to jandjack.com, click on the Patron link, become a patron, help us out in any way possible. And like one of the patrons on this podcast, willing to buy a Dolphin Nut Pulp shirt times 4, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And I don't know emotionally if I can make this happen.
Can you imagine being just a random person walking around the street with a picture of a dolphin with its nuts and a paper maker? It just and someone looking at that t-shirt having no context of what that t-shirt's about, and it just says Dolphin Nut Pulp.
I thought we were talking about the late '90s Brit band.
I think that's a winner because people, like you're saying, Nick, people are gonna look at that shirt and go, "Wow,
what the fuck?"
Do you like high pulp, or low pulp, or no pulp? Because this has got dolphin pulp.
Don't kill it.
I like Nick's idea better.
All right.
Nick, can you draw? Because I don't have faith in Matt anymore.
We'd like to thank some patrons that make this show possible because they went over and decided to become a Dolphin Nut Pulp specialist. They are dog themed tonight, so I hope that they appreciate that I did my best in choosing pictures that I think look kind of like them.
You're already apologizing for it.
They're all good boys. So, all right. First up, we have.
Oh, hey puppy, terrier.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a Japanese terrier because, for so long we've known Tak was in or from Tokyo. So, I don't know. Maybe he's not from Tokyo, but it's a Japanese terrier. So. All right. Next up,
I'm trying to be quiet.
I'm trying to find it here. Oh, this is a really cute picture.
Rat Terrier Richter.
Yeah, I like this.
And by the way,
that actually looks like him.
I used to have a Rat Terrier Shih Tzu mix. And it was the cutest, sweetest dog.
Did you call it rat shit?
I did, and my wife did not like it that I called it rat shit, but you were correct on that joke.
Y'all had to be thinking that.
I have definitely called it rat shit. Yes.
But it sounded better when you said it. I don't know what.
Now Nick's swinging for the fences.
Southern accent. You call it rat shit.
Shit. Ed, you are not a Basset hound. You are.
Oh,
this is a very unique dog.
An Intel Booker Mountain dog, Ed.
It was better than the alternative. And this dog is cuter. So just.
There you go, Ed. You're cute.
Sherry said that was the best joke you ever had. Nick,
no,
ever.
of the night.
Ever.
Of
the night. We always record at night, so
it was pretty great.
Yeah, it made me laugh.
Yeah, too bad you already took it from me.
Morky Maggie.
Isn't that a cute dog?
I liked Miami Mike's dog, Maggie Hunter. That was
yeah.
I was not turning Maggie into a dog hunter.
I saw him in Hawaii.
Oh, he's on the hunt for that dude.
I know. Yeah.
Who killed her girlfriend.
Yeah, he was staying at the same hotel I was staying at. And I said, I hope he doesn't know that I have these Cuban cigars in my safe.
Last up,
Jack Russell Joanne.
Super cute Jack Russell in this
all
picture.
Such good boys.
Yeah, they are a smart dog.
Yeah.
And really cute pictures. So if you join us live, you get the photos that I share of these dogs.
And why wouldn't you want to tune in for that?
There are tons of people that tuned in to us live, including Ed, Sherry, Miami Mike, Chris, Doran, No Randy, John the UPS guy, and many, many more. Like Matt
Solid
Creed.
crowd, yeah. Solid crowd.
Yeah. And
Dog
JP.
Poop Podcast.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us live. Thanks for doing what you do and making this show possible. Join us next week when we will continue Chapter 2 of Dolphin
Of what? Oh,
Nut Pulp.
I swear that's a
Great.
winner shirt. I'm telling you.
Well, this was a great show. Possibly one in a million.
One nut in a million.
Pulped.
Ah!